You spent years studying and preparing to be a doctor, but did schooling cover all the areas necessary for a successful practice? Along with being a doctor, you're required to delegate, plan, and lead. Hire, train, and supervise staff. Enroll patients for treatment plans and get case acceptance. Charge, bill, collect, receive, pay. Market for new patients and do effective recall. Be an organizer extraordinaire in all areas of business. Hollander Consultants provides management training and consulting in areas vital to a successful and satisfying practice. Dr. Robison came to Hollander after taking over a floundering practice.
At the time, we had a lot of staff difficulties. We had a lot of problem patients. There were just all kinds of areas that we were running into difficulty with. This organization, my time wasn't my own. Finances, the finances weren't there. I mean, there was just, I think I had problems in every area that you could have problems with in practice.
Working with the Hollander program, he quickly turned the business around.
I take courses so that I can learn the theory, I can learn the basis behind all of it, so I totally understand what it is that I'm doing. So for us to have had the kind of drop-off that we had in the previous patient base from the previous doctor and still achieve a 20% increase is phenomenal.
A Hollander consultant worked with Dr. Collins on a common problem.
I decided to get involved in Hollander back in April to streamline my practice and to give my practice more organization, and hopefully in the process I would be making more money and not working so hard for my money. That's basically it. I wasn't that concerned about making more money, but not working so hard for my money, so to speak.
Hollander helped change that financial picture.
And to see that my practice has gone from about $55,000 to $60,000 collection to a point whereas we're collecting about between $115,000 and $120,000, that is substantial to me.
Not only did Dr. Collins and his staff like the Hollander program, patients noted a change in office morale and efficiency.
You know, people don't come to me anymore and tell me that they're happy with the crown I did. They're happy with my staff, and it just completely boggles the mind. I mean, I'm on the golf course. And they come, I got to tell you, Dr. Collins, that your staff is the most professional group I've ever been associated with.
Dr. Major contacted Hollander when her practice reached a plateau.
When I decided to go with Hollander, I was having problems with managing the practice. The practice was in a state of stagnation. The gross sales had been at about the same level for 4 years in a row. And we just seemed to be in a slump. Nothing was really happening. I wasn't really happy, and my staff didn't appear to be happy as well.
Hollander training helped them achieve their goals.
I look forward to getting up in the morning, going into my office, whereas before I somewhat dreaded it. And the patients, I think the level of care that we're giving our patients has increased because our enthusiasm about what we're doing has gone up tremendously.
Hollander clients typically see substantial revenue growth in their first year. For many, however, finances are not always the primary concern.
I have a lot of guys who come to me who, that's not a problem. They know how to make money, but it's not fun anymore. And it's not fun because they don't know how to manage well. So they're hit with all the staff problems that they don't know how to solve, all the organizational problems that all it does is stress them out. And they can't be a doctor anymore, which is all they really want to do.
The Hollander program begins with an analysis of the practice and carefully implements change.
We introduce change by A, determining what exactly are the right changes that need to be put into a practice. Because the things that are functioning right, we don't want to change. We're not going to go in with a cookie-cutter approach that's going to throw out the good with the bad. So you find the points that need to be addressed, and then we put together a program which outlines the steps that need to be followed to gradiently bring that change about.
A very important part of the Hollander program is the use of statistics in managing the practice.
Results in a practice are monitored by a couple of ways. The first and the most objective is statistics. Statistics simply measuring what has occurred, what quantities have occurred in the past. They're historical, but they do show you a difference between what you're doing now versus what you had done a month ago, a year ago, and so forth. And there is a subjective viewpoint, i.e., how do you measure stress? While you do have that business owner saying, gee, I've gotten back to being able to play golf or go hiking on the weekends. I hadn't done that for years. And that is also key in what we do here at Hollanders.
Management training is delivered to doctors and their staff through seminars, workshops, and management courses.
That's the one thing that's so beautiful about the training, is that they go through it and they start realizing, having very strong realizations about what they've been doing which is unsuccessful, and then they actually come up with solutions and how they can get out of the situation that they're in and get their statistics up and actually make their practice go the way they want it to.
Because no two practices are the same, Hollander considers each client individually.
Each program we develop is tailor-made, so that is one of the considerations. Are we working with a specialty? How do we need to address this individual's needs? How big is the practice? How big does the practitioner want to expand their practice? Because not everyone wants to have the quote-unquote $1 million practice. There are many people out there that just want a stable income that's predictable, some security in life, and free time. So it depends on the individual practitioner.
The ongoing involvement and intensive follow-up of the consultant provides the results that sets Hollander apart from other companies.
I've actually worked with other consulting firms from having been on the client side of the picture. And the big difference that I see with Hollanders is, one, how much we care about our clients and how much emphasis is put on how ethically we consult them.
Not only do doctors benefit from the Hollander program, staff are also enthusiastic and enjoy reaching practice goals.
As we get closer to our goal, every morning when they come in, the first thing they do is look at that graph and see, are we getting there? Are we getting there? What are we going to do that's going to be able to help us get there?
I have staff now that are doing their jobs, and I'm confident that they're doing their jobs.
One of the tools that Hollanders has given me that has made being an office manager a lot easier is the job review.
They like the fact that they're participating and that they have an input and that their input is actually visualized through the statistics. And that's the part that they think is, this is really cool.
For well over a decade, Hollander has established a tradition of excellence in producing results for thousands of clients in the U.S. and Canada.
I've found with my relationship with Hollanders, we've become very confident in our ability to adapt to the changes that are taking place in healthcare.
Each of us individually, me and my staff members as well, have learned really how to be more positive and more productive.
Our production in that first year went up almost 35 to 40%.
I would recommend Hollanders to anyone who's interested in enhancing their practice and enhancing their own personal life.
Money well spent for our consulting.
I find that has given me a higher quality of life at home by being able to organize myself in my practice.
As things change in the future, I know that we have the skills here to rapidly transform what we need to stay in the market, and it's a good feeling.
Dan decided to go learn about this technology that Hollander offers on a management program, and things started to change.
And the proof is in the final results. More patients, more new patients, happier patients.
He gained the knowledge of how to really manage a business.
Practice gross going up, practice net going up, less stress.
Hollander Consultants, a tradition of excellence.